Oh no, your IN01O0A32 code. Oh, I'm scared. Catch the TV license goons knocking on your door even if you ain't at home by using a video doorbell. Use the link on the screen or down below in the description thing to have a look at my top recommendations. Hi, it's me again, and this letter has been doing the rounds for quite a few years now, but they just keep changing that IN code. I think the first video I did on it was A10 at the end, now they're up to A32. And it's not an individual code just for you, that's just this letter. You do get an individual code a bit further up, your own personal reference number to make you feel special, but don't feel special about that because I've been sent this one 200 or 300 times already with A32 on the end of it, and they all had different surnames, that's not that. But if you've received this letter, yeah, you may very well be concerned about it if you're new to the whole TV licensing thing. So what I do here with these letters videos is I'm going to go through it, break it all down and let you know everything you need to know about it to set your mind at ease. Let's begin. Dear legal occupier, a ridiculous code has been issued against your address. We use it to target unlicensed homes like yours that require a visit from TV licensing enforcement officers. This letter is a formal notification that your details have now been passed to our local enforcement team and you could be visited at any time, day or evening, weekdays or weekends. Does that not sound threatening to you? To me, that sounds like a threat, right? You could be visited at any time, day or evening. We can come round whenever we want because we're enforcement officers. That's what it sounds like to me. So this person obviously doesn't have a television license, but what I don't get, right, is I don't have a television license because I don't require one. It's not based on owning a television. If you're new to all this, owning a TV doesn't mean you have to have a telly license. You know, and all the tellies, you can own a telly repair shop if you like. It's no problem at all. The TV license is based on what you use your equipment to do. So if you use it to access live broadcast TV, to record live broadcast TV, or to use BBC iPlayer, you do require a license. I don't do any of those things. I watch Channel 3 on catch up, I watch Channel 4 on catch up, I watch Channel 5 on catch up. I used to have Now TV, don't have it anymore, but I've got Disney Plus, I've got Netflix, I haven't got Amazon anymore. I've got loads of streaming services, right? And I can watch all of those and all of that stuff without having to have a television license. So how do these people who sent this letter know that that's not the case for this person? Why don't they say, start at the top? Rather than, we target unlicensed homes like yours that require a visit. How do you know they require a visit? How do you know they're doing anything wrong? You are assuming guilt. Ask the question, do you require a television license? Do you do this? Do you do this? Oh, then you do require a license. If you don't do these things, you don't require. No, they go straight in at assuming guilt and then threaten to send the boys round because you won't buy the thing they're trying to sell you even though you may not need it. How is it okay? No other company out there can operate like this. But TV licensing get a free pass all the time, and I never fail to be shocked. I never fail to be shocked by it. Now we'll read on. I'm going to tell you about the visits. We need to check you are not breaking the law. It is a criminal offence to watch or record live TV programmes on any channel or device, or download or watch BBC programmes on iPlayer without being covered by a licence. The interesting thing to notice is that we need to check you're not breaking the law bit, which actually gives some useful information. It writes it in a scary manner. They could reword that, right? It is a criminal offence to... They could just put, look, if you don't watch or record anything that's being broadcast or use iPlayer, you don't require a licence and therefore you can ignore this letter and put that at the top. But the interesting thing is that, look, the scary stuff, this is a formal notification. It's in big, bold, black letters. That we need to check you're not breaking the law. Soft, grey letters, so it's easily ignored. Funny that. Funny that. You could face prosecution and other financial penalties. If enforcement officers find evidence of illegal TV viewing, you could be interviewed under caution in accordance with national criminal law, which could lead to prosecution. The maximum penalty is a criminal conviction, a £1,000 fine, plus any legal costs and or compensation you may be ordered to pay. So let's talk about these visits then, because they're saying here, if enforcement officers find evidence of illegal TV viewing, you could be in trouble. And that is the only way they can find evidence of illegal TV viewing. Now, I say it all the time, I never ever condone you watching stuff you shouldn't be watching if you don't pay the TV licence fee. So if you don't pay it, you can't watch or record anything as it's being broadcast or use iPlayer. But there's only one way they would know if you did that, And that's when they send an enforcement officer around that we call goons, or I call door-to-door salesmen, because that's what they are. And they will ask you questions about it or ask to come into your property to investigate. That's the only way they would know. So if you get one knock on your door, do not be scared by them. They're not bailiffs, they're not police, they don't have any powers. It says so on the TV licensing website itself, right? So if one knocks on your door, you open the door, you go, all right, who are you? I am from TV licensing. And you just be very polite but firm. No thanks, mate. Shut the door. Done. That's it. That's it. They won't know what you're watching. Now, you shouldn't be watching stuff you shouldn't be watching, but the only way they would know is if you talk to that person when they knock on your door. If you don't, that's it. No investigation. You can't get into any trouble. You can't get fined. No trouble can come to you. The only way you can get in trouble is by talking to these door-to-door salesmen, these goons. So just don't talk to them. That's it. You're perfectly within your rights to close the door. Don't be fooled by where it says here, you could be interviewed under caution in accordance with national criminal law. They're not police, they're not bailiffs. Anyone can interview anyone under caution. You can. They're putting that in there because they want to sound official. That's why they call themselves enforcement officers rather than door-to-door salesmen, because they want to sound important, to trick you into thinking there's something they're not. Don't be scared of them. Don't be scared of them. If you don't believe what I'm saying, have a look. I've got playlists on this channel. Go and have a look. The Goon Visits playlist. It's just people saying, no thanks, mate, and closing the door. Perfectly within your rights to do so. And they'll toddle off and they'll go find some easier prey. Right, what else does this letter say? To stop this visit from the local enforcement team, you can buy a license. Funny how buying a license would stop the visit. Hey, move an existing license or tell us you don't need one. So that right at the bottom, one of the very, very last bits is tell us you don't need a license. Now you can go on the website or you can phone them up and you can inform them that you don't require a television license. It's called a no license needed declaration. I've done it in the past. I've done it for years. I don't do it anymore, but I did do it. And yeah, all that does is give you a 2 year, you have to tell them every 2 years, which is ridiculous in itself, right? But it does cut down on most of the scary letters. You're still going to get the odd one. And it won't necessarily stop you getting a visit, because they reckon 1 in 8 people who say they don't need a license actually do. So we need to just send someone out to double check. So you're not going to avoid that. So if you're not going to avoid that, you may as well not bother telling them, right? But you can. You can if you want to. I don't have a problem with it. Playlist below how to do it all. You'll find it. So yeah, that's up to you. But if you have received this letter, honestly, don't be scared by it. They're using important sounding words like formal notification and illegal TV viewing, interviewed under caution by an enforcement officer. It's all just words. It's all complete nonsense. They're enforcement officers in the same way that I am a hamburger inspector. And me going into McDonald's saying I'm a hamburger inspector does not get me back in the kitchen, does it? And them being an enforcement officer does not get them into your house or having a conversation with you. Be polite, no thank you, close the door, throw the letter away, get on with your life. Don't be scared by it. Honestly, don't be scared by it. So if you're interested in any of the other letters, I've covered pretty much all the letters now. I do letters videos quite regularly. Have a look in the playlist. There's a playlist down below for TV license letters. Go and have a look. If you've received a letter and you think I haven't got it, you've checked the playlist, you don't see it, send it over to me, find out how to do that. And then I can talk about it and I can help some more people in the future who might have got the letters and been scared by it. A lot of people stumble across these videos because they've got the letter and they're genuinely scared and they're looking for advice. And I just try and set people's minds at ease to let them know that it's not a scary situation. There's no law saying you have to have a television license if you don't watch a recording that's being broadcast or use iPlayer. You're perfectly within your rights to do so. I've done it for over 10 years. There's people, have a look in the comments below this video, right? I guarantee there's people that have been license free probably all their life, or 10, 20 years, way more than me, and know more about it than me. So, you know, ask questions down there if you want. Or there's a forum as well. Go into the description, the TV License Resistance Forum. Great help on there. Go and ask them any questions, and they'll back up everything I'm saying, pretty much. Some of them don't like me on there. I don't know why, but it is what it is. They do give some good information on there. So let me know what you think about all of this down in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, because that way, hopefully, I'll see you in another video again soon, won't I? Ta-da.